Have you ever felt like you're being nudged in a particular direction, or that there's this gut feeling inside you that's trying to tell you something?
Maybe you've experienced strange coincidences or patterns that seem too unlikely to be just chance.
These could be more than just mere coincidences. They could be divine warnings, signals from a higher power trying to guide you towards a better path. Today, we're living in a world filled with uncertainty and chaos.
People are struggling to make ends meet, relationships are falling apart, and anxiety is at an all-time high.
It's easy to feel lost and alone in the midst of all this turmoil. But what if you could tap into a higher power that could offer you guidance and direction? What if you could recognize the signs and warnings that are being sent your way, and use them to turn your life around? Throughout history, biblical stories have shown us the power of divine warnings. Think of Noah, who was warned of the flood and built an ark to save himself and his family. Think of Jonah, who was warned to flee from God's wrath and ended up in the belly of a whale. Think of the Israelites, who were warned to flee from Egypt and ended up wandering in the desert for 40 years. These stories may seem like ancient myths, but they hold timeless truths about the power of heeding God's warnings. Personally, I've experienced my own share of warnings. There have been times when I've felt an inner nudge to take a different path, to speak up, or to let go. There have been times when I've ignored these warnings, only to face the consequences. But there have also been times when I've listened, and the blessings that have followed. The peace, the joy, the sense of purpose, it's like nothing else matters. As I reflect on my own journey, I'm reminded of a powerful truth. God's warnings are not about fear or punishment, but about love and redemption. They're not about controlling us, but about freeing us from the chains that bind us. They're not about judgment, but about guidance and wisdom. And when we heed these warnings, we open ourselves up to a life of abundance, purpose, and fulfillment. We're constantly bombarded with negative news and information, and it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of bad vibes. But amidst all the chaos, there are moments of stillness, moments when we're forced to confront the reality of our own mortality, and the fragility of our existence. It's in these moments that we're most open to listening to that gentle whisper within, the one that's trying to guide us towards a better tomorrow. The truth is, we're all searching for answers, for a sense of direction and purpose in our lives. We're all trying to make sense of the world around us, and find our place within it. And yet, so often we overlook the signs and signals that are being sent our way, the warnings that could be guiding us towards a better path. In the Bible, there are numerous accounts of divine warnings, from the prophets of old to the apostles of the New Testament. These warnings were often shrouded in mystery, yet they held the power to transform lives and change the course of history.
And yet, even today, we're faced with the same choice, to heed these warnings or to ignore them at our own peril. I've seen it time and time again, people who have ignored the warning signs, only to find themselves stuck in a rut, wondering how they ended up there.
They thought they were following their own path, but in reality, they were ignoring the gentle nudges of the divine. And then, there are those who have listened, who have heeded the warnings, and have gone on to live incredible lives of purpose and meaning. One of the most powerful warnings I've ever received was when I was going through a particularly dark time in my life. I was feeling lost and alone, and I didn't know which way to turn. And then, I received a message. It was a gentle whisper, but it was clear as day. It was a warning to get out of a toxic situation, to leave behind the things that were holding me back. It wasn't easy, but I listened, and it changed the course of my life forever. These warnings are not just limited to our personal lives. they can also be warnings for the world at large. Think about the countless natural disasters, the wars, the famine. Are these just random events, or are they warnings, signs that we're not living in harmony with the earth and with each other? As I look at the world around me, I see a world that's crying out for change, for a new way of living that's in harmony with the divine. And I believe that's exactly what these warnings are. A call to wake up, to rise up, and to take our rightful place as co-creators of this reality. So, what's God's warning for you next? Is it a call to leave behind the old, to embrace the new? Is it a warning to wake up, to take control of your life, and to start living the life you've always dreamed of? Whatever it is, I urge you to listen, to heed the warning, and to take action.
In conclusion, recognizing and heeding divine warnings can be the key to unlocking a life of purpose and meaning.
It's not about being fearful or anxious. It's about being open, being receptive, and being willing to listen.
Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What are some of the warnings you've received in your life, and how have they impacted you?
And if you're looking for more content on spiritual growth and awareness, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be diving deeper into the mysteries of the universe.